Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Eduard. So it's a kit which is molded in a 1/48 scale, and it copies quite a famous aircraft. It's a Bf 109G-10 from WNF and Diana Werke. And you can see it's a weekend edition, so it means we won't get masks and PE parts, but it will be a bit more accessible in terms of price. So it might be more attractive for some modelers, and that's why I decided to check this particular release, because here we have a commercial sample, and it means you'll get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. And in my opinion, it's worth taking a closer look, because we still get a nice plastic and we get 4 markings together with this plastic, so it might be a really good choice for all fans of 1/48 scale aircraft models. So first of all, box size is typical for this brand. It's a thin format, so as you can see, it's not a thick box, but still we get pretty much standard size. And I can say that box art is really nice. I think Eduard offers it as a special poster which you can get separately, and it might be interesting for some of you who would like to place such let's say picture or painting on their wall. So here you can see comparison with my hand. On the side we have some information about the manufacturer, and also a small reminder that this is not a toy. By the way, the kit number is 84182. And on the opposite side you'll find 4 markings which are included into this kit. As you can see, the choice, I would say, it's quite colorful, so you definitely pick an aircraft to copy, or maybe you will go for the aftermarket way. Nobody stops you, and maybe it will be even more interesting what you'll find. So this is a top opening box, and here is what we have inside. So as you can see, all frames are separated into several plastic bags, and obviously we are going to start from the top, and then gradually we'll move on to gray plastic sprues as well. So just give me a second to open the first Ziploc bag with a clear sprue. And here obviously we have canopy parts, and it would be strange to see a one-piece canopy in 1/48 scale aircraft. As you can see here, it should be built out of several parts. Molding quality looks great, but as I said, weekend edition is supplied without any masks or templates for masks. So you have to get them by your own, maybe cut them, or you can buy it on official Eduard website. I would rather go with the second option, because it will be a bit less hassle, and you will be able to focus on more important things, in my opinion. So definitely the final choice is yours, but I would definitely recommend to check it, and in my opinion price is quite reasonable for the time saved. Next we continue with the second plastic bag. I just opened it, and here we have the first gray plastic sprue with wing parts, and here I need to zoom out a bit. As you can see, the parts division is standard for this type of aircraft, I would say. We have 2 top panels and 1 bottom. Note that whole wing mechanization parts are molded separately, but we have pitot tube pre-molded. And if I flip it over, you can see that wing edges are serving as a guiding elements for this build, but we also have some guiding pins as well. So do not be worried, it might be let's say a bit complicated looking parts design, but in reality it's really user friendly, let's say, and it's easy to combine together. Next we continue with another gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to fuselage halves. So both fuselage halves are molded without tail fin. It will have to be installed separately, and this is quite interesting design in my opinion. And also we have a top cowling section molded separately. You can see this inserts, let's say, here. And as far as you can see, the famous central hinge is also molded separately, so it will have to be glued into this top sections. And maybe it will be worth taking a closer look at the fuselage parts, so that you can check what is the external features, what they look like. So we have recessed panel lines and rivets, and in my opinion this is a really beautiful detailing for this scale. You get it out of the box, you don't have to do anything extra, and this actually shows what can be achieved in a modern, let's say, model building technology. And in my opinion, this will look even better if you won't overdo the primer and paint layers. By the way, if I flip it over, inside you'll find that there are some minor cockpit features, but they will be improved with help of separately molded parts. As you remember, Weekend Edition does not have any P parts, but we have some separate cockpit elements here. So for example, here you can see cockpit 4, several types of the instrument panel. We also have several types of the landing gear parts, so definitely be careful and choose the right one, because it will be important in case you would like to copy the exact version of your aircraft or your marking option you choose for your build. And the final gray plastic sprue is dedicated to, again, mix of various parts. So here we have external fuel tank, we have wing mechanization, we have tail wings, we also have air intake parts, tail landing gear parts, external cannons, here we have exhausts, and again, some of those can be replaced with resin accessories made by Eduard. So in case you would like to spend more and get more features, definitely go for it, because for example, landing gear wheels, I would rather go with such upgrade because it will be noticeable in a 1/48 scale, and in my opinion it's worth investing money into. And here you can check this sprue from the opposite side. Okay, so that's all for the plastic, but that's not all for the kit bonuses. Obviously you can't copy any of the marking options without decal sheet, and that's where we have the third plastic bag in place. I'm just wondering why we have 3 decal sheets here, so I need to open it first and then we will be able to check it together. So I suggest we start with a main decal sheet, let's say. So here we have all necessary symbols for 4 marking options, and I guess we will have to close the lenses a bit and zoom in. So here you can see that we do not have a segmentation, but we still get some cockpit decals. Here is the decal for instrument panel, here are decals for the seat belts. So basically you get the most noticeable things, and maybe it will be enough for some modelers. In case it's not enough for you, you can go with P parts or steel parts from the same brand, and obviously they will cost a bit extra, but they will add some fine features here. Next we continue with the stenciling decal sheet. So here you can see that we have all necessary stencils, and again, printing quality looks fine. It's just a bit let's say tedious procedure to apply all this stuff, but I think it would be worth it. And here is another stenciling decal sheet. Again, small symbols, but again, it's worth it. So be sure to spend some time applying all these tiny writings on your aircraft. Believe me, in 1/48 scale, it will be noticeable. So, and the final thing is the assembly manual. This one is supplied in form of large brochure. Note that recently they have changed the paper. It's not glossy paper anymore, but we still have a short history note on the first page. Next, we continue with the parts map, and note that many parts will stay on the spruce, so it's important, as I said before, to choose the right version of the part so that you copy the right version of the aircraft as well. Assembly process starts with the cockpit, and here you have to combine a lot of parts together with decals. Unless you buy a separate PE set, then you'll have to do even more steps. Here we continue by installing the separate cockpit walls, then we join fuselage halves together, we install some cowling parts, and then we start working on the tail fairing, tail wings and rudder. Next, we assemble the wing. Note that it is assembled separately and then it is joined together with the fuselage. And next, we start installing the wing mechanization parts. As you remember, they are separate, and air intakes on the wings are also separate. Next, we have landing gear parts here being installed onto the model, then some minor elements on the fuselage. And of course, you can choose whether you would like to open or close the canopy on your aircraft. Next is the marking guide. So this aircraft is from Germany, May 1945. One more is from Norway, if I am right or not. No, it's from Bohemia and Moravia, April 1945. One more from Germany, May 1945. And one more, of course, it's from Prague, Gbeli 1947. It's, by the way, not far away from me. Quite interesting aircraft. Maybe it is there in museum. I have to visit it and check it. So we have separate stenciling guides for BF 109G-10 and Avia S99. As you remember, the last marking option was exactly the Avia. And here we have some additional accessories. So in case you would like to spice your build a bit, that's what I was talking about. There is a full range of accessories for various areas on your aircraft. So this release should be already available. You can get it on official Eduard website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I would like to say thank you for joining me today, and bye.